into the movie, that was the reason for taking this for more. You know, I wanted to switch it up. I wanted to give my fan base just a different look at the world of Kevin Hart, and to see what I consider, you know, my talents to be. And to do that, I said if I have the opportunity to partner up with some amazing actors and actresses, they're going to help bring that out of me. I know what I'm capable of, but when you stand with, you know, the A+ of the A+, being Brian and Nicole, you have no choice but to come prepared and come with the expectations of following their lead. Neil did a good job of talking to me before and seeing where I was. You know, Neil was more worried, I think, than anybody in the beginning. Because, like, so you're not going to be like the Kevin, like this is like the funny Kevin. No, Neil, like, trust me. I think in all the conversations we had, they ended with the words, Neil, trust me, I'm going to come. You're going to be shocked at how I come. He's like, okay, I just want to make sure that we understand how this guy has to be. Like, we got to believe him, we got to feel this guy, we have to understand the world that he's coming from, and why him stepping into this place is so different from him, but yet why he finds an interest in Brian's character, and why he takes a liking to him, and why the tug of war is necessary for them to get to the end point. So all of these conversations were conversations that helped me in the beginning, but they gave me more confidence going in to really pull this thing through and have the shock factor. You know, I wanted people to walk away with, I didn't know Kevin had that in him, and he did. But more importantly, I'm looking at it from, I'm so glad I had a great director. I'm so glad I had Brian and Nicole there, because they helped me on a day-to-day reach the levels that I got to. So it's not something that I would take and take as a Kevin just moment by myself. It's a team effort. And, you know, without a good team, you're never going to win. And in this case, I think that they set me up with the best possible team I could have.
Well, in developing the character, I wanted first and foremost to find out what changed in them as a human being, what their hopes and ambitions were before, what are they now, being realistic about that, where is their level of happiness, how do they define themselves, what steps they had to go through, level of depression. I mean, it's a very arduous and daunting task for them in a day-to-day basis, and I spent a lot of time with 3 different quadriplegics, and all very different people. Good support group, that's primarily what makes them pull through, is that they're the people who help them on a day-to-day basis is absolutely necessary. And once again, the caretaker is the most underappreciated person involved in this scenario. And I think that's what I was drawing in, and you can't help but feel privileged if you have use of your limbs. And I hope that in a subliminal way, it shouldn't be on the surface of it, but I think our audience, hopefully, will have a great experience. They'll laugh, they'll shed a few tears watching this movie, they'll feel good about it, and perhaps they'll also realize how blessed that most of them are. And that's a nice service, and I think it's something that we can use in our society right now, some good news, something that has some upside, if you'll pardon the pun.
You know, when you talk about the caretaker, the one thing that I realized when we had the conversations and we met with the caretakers, of course, before doing the film, the actor's bright light. You know, the caretaker is the first voice or face that, you know, a lot of these people see. And that bright light is just in your entrance, in your hello, and today's going to be a great day. You know, let me tell you why it's going to be a great day. Because we're going to get up, we're going to eat, and after we eat, we're going to get you dressed, and after we get you dressed, we're going to be handsome, we're going to shave you today, we're going to get your hair. It's so amazing to see a person give their time, give their energy, give their day-to-day to make sure that a person that's going through what a lot of these quadriplegics are going through have a smile on their face. And from the proper way to take care and maneuver and move, the respect level that I left with was so high. Like, this woman was so strong. And she was smaller than me, and as you guys can see, I was a very big man, broad individual. When we were just, because me, Brian, and Neil, we wanted to make sure that we did it correctly. We didn't want to put a movie spin on it. How should I transport Brian from the chair to the bed? How do I take Brian from the bed, put him in the chair? How do I feed Brian? What's the correct way? When this woman showed me how to take Brian out the chair, it was a one swoop motion of head to head on shoulder grab, butt pull the butt up, locking, secure, move. I struggled with this man so much in rehearsals. I remember there was one where I was like, Brian, were you helping or not? No. He said, no, Kevin, I can help. Like, this is what we have to do. And I was like, the fact that she can do this so well, so effortlessly, like there's so much technique involved. It's such a craft. Yeah. You have no choice but to respect and appreciate the craft, and that's what I left with from the caretaker. It was a high level of just appreciation of what they do and what they bring to these individuals' lives on the day-to-day. It's amazing to see.
Well, to me, I think that was a bonus. To me, this movie is about two men who are locked in my case, the past. And in Dell's case, he's locked in the present. Neither of us feel we have a future. And it's through this friendship and this bond that and only through that bond, that we are able to see that both of us have a potential future in our lives. And whether that remains as as friends, which we felt it would be, the other person holds the key to that unlocking of this dogmatic belief that my life is over. It was in the past when I felt I was a complete man, a full man, and I can't even like myself. That level of depression. And Kevin's character is like, look, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I got to live for today, right now. My kid needs me. I need money. It's right now. I don't have a future either. And so we're kind of stuck. Two characters that are kind of stuck that are able to get together, and because of that friendship, they unlock the potential for a future. So the love aspect of it is something that I think comes when you feel you do have a future. You put a sign out, a subliminal sign, but it's out. Like, don't talk to me, I'm not. Or if you feel like there's a different feeling in me, if I have an optimistic outlook, well, then you're now open to the possibility of love coming into your life.
Right. Their relationship basically unlocks the possibility of love in the future for both of them. And again, I think what's interesting, you were saying before about how it's good news for today or something, is just that it's their relationship is about love in a certain way, but it's about compassion and small acts of respect, basically, and kindness. And just those small little acts and those small little sort of gifts to each other, does unlock them. Does unlock they're each in the sort of a jail of their own circumstances. And
the biggest thing that's unlocked, I think the biggest thing that's unlocked from Dell's point of view is that he has the one thing that I feel should make him happy, which is money. The biggest understanding for Dell in this movie is that money does not equal bliss and happiness. I'm looking at a man who's worth millions and millions of dollars. When I find that out, it's what room do you have to be sad every day? You got the money. I don't have the money. I need the money. Without the money, I'm never going to get happy. Like, and when I realize what I do have, by the understanding that's clearly given to me from him, when I realize what I'm able to do, and what I do have, the thought process slowly changes for Dev. It slowly changes, and it's family. It's my son. It's getting a better relationship with my son. It's taking advantage of an opportunity to just set myself up to live correctly, to not continue to make excuses, because the excuses aren't going to get me to where I feel I need to be. These are things that are brought to me through conversation. These are things that are brought to me through our day-to-day interactions. And as we slowly gain more confidence in talking to each other, I gain more comfort in being vulnerable. And that's the best thing.
Do you?
Of course, I think with money, I definitely have. You know, I was a young guy that came from nothing, and coming from nothing, I thought the only way to get something was to get money. And as a guy that's had it, lost it, gained it, and told myself I'll never lose it again, because this is what you need to win and be in the best position of life. You have it, and then you realize that the stuff that you have with it doesn't hold value to the things that you hold dearest to your heart. My wife, my kids, the family, the moments that we have together are the things that are closest to me, the things that I really, really hold on to. The materialistic things that you purchase become second, third, and fourth thoughts as to what's most valuable. And the time spent with my family, that quality time, is what's most valuable. You realize that when things happen in your life and you see stuff fall apart, you realize it doesn't change. It's around you, it's your circle.
Brian?
There's nothing more important than health. Really, that's the, you know, once you become a father, that's the only wish I have: health and safety for the family. And if you have that, then you're very lucky.
Yeah, but I think that's on an individual basis, and I think what's interesting about this story of how it works on a relational basis, and how you start to see somebody that's different from you, that you think is different from you, that you can't relate to for whatever reason. There's these divides of race, of wealth, of ability, of all sorts of other things, and that they actually bridge those gaps and find a common ground and a common humanity. And I think that that's what's, to me, that's what's exciting about the movie, is how they come together, and how perhaps, you know, we all can come together based on their example.
There was a thought that came to me when we were shooting the movie. Would Phil, and my answer was yes, he would. I would give up every penny I had in order to have your physical ability. And I wonder, would Del give up his physical ability to have all the wealth? Maybe at the beginning he would have.
Yeah.
He would have cope with that. But I think the lesson is that, no, I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'll figure things out on my own, and this is what I've learned. So
Figure it out.
All right, everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you.